So you took geology in your bachelor's.
So 2008 Parliament Act के बाद they were like established a lot of central universities.
But how a common man think that maybe in future we will face the water crisis and we need to be aware of that. हमेशा मैं यही रेकमेंड करता हूँ कि आप सब्जेक्ट रैंकिंग मतलब चेक कीजिए.
Call it a good money. You have to invest a lot of physical strength and you have to strength a lot of mental strength as well in Amazon in such jobs. But they give you money. MSc in physical sciences, physical sciences, physics, chemistry, and maths. So that's how I ended up with Central University of Karnataka and in integrated MSc Geology. Manage your time. But honestly, once you're here and you, after a struggle 4 or 5 months, you get a student job, you don't want to lose that job. And you will, I'm sure you will work and you will somehow manage your time. You will do it. If you
But it's
don't do it,
difficult, but
you
it's
will
not
be away
impossible.
from the
Yeah,
job. You won't have job anymore from the next semester.
yeah, yeah. You are the president of DEGIS, right?
Yes, yes. I am having responsibility for almost from March 2023. And it depends on the region also. If you're from the Eastern Germany, you earn comparatively less than the Western Germany. Look, you are here, you have to survive yourself. You have to manage
Yes.
expenses. So you have to work, you work. That's totally okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Be in your comfort zone, okay. अब पता नहीं कैसे जॉब ढूंढेंगे जॉब तो मिलनी ही नहीं है क्योंकि हमको तो जर्मन आती ही नहीं है. If you won't look, definitely nobody is like kind enough to come to you and okay आप मेरे यहाँ नौकरी कर लीजिए. ऐसा तो नहीं होता. It doesn't work like that. Nowhere.
Yeah.
TU Darmstadt, it's a very international university and it's very older university. TU Darmstadt itself have had a very glamorous and very nice history, I would say. There are a lot of Nobel laureates studied from here. If you are coming from not from the geology background or coming from a bit of management or engineering, would be easier for you to get job in Munich and Berlin. In that case, it's totally okay. I would say this is how I interpret the situation.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Indian Alumni. So today we have Mohit Singh, one of Indian students studying in Germany, and right now he's doing job. So मोहित जी, आप थोड़ा आपसा एक छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन थोड़ा देंगे तो it will better for our viewers to know about yourself.
Hi everybody, this is Mohit Singh, and currently I'm studying in Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany, and I'm studying tropical hydrogeology and environmental engineering. Along with that, I'm doing one of the student jobs. So I'm like scientific assistant in my university under the supervision of one of my professor. And I have another job in Potsdam that is there's an institute called Helmholtz Center for Research, and that is the Geoforschung Center. So it's a geoscience research center in Potsdam. So I have another job there as well. And I originally come from Bhind district of Madhya Pradesh, which is a bit closer to Gwalior in India, in Madhya Pradesh. So it's been almost 1 year for me in Germany. I came last year in December. I mean, not last year, but in December 2022. So it's been almost 1 year or like bit more than 1 year, and that's it.
Okay, it's enough. Okay, so so let's start with that because I was searching your profile and I have prepared some questions which may be keyword for the viewers. Maybe बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स का इंक्वायरी होता है इसके रिगार्डिंग. जियोलॉजी इज ए रेयर सब्जेक्ट. स्पेसिफिक,
Bit of a yes.
करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग. बिकॉज इंजीनियरिंग आप पकड़ लीजिए, डॉक्टर्स या बिजनेस, ये कॉमन सब्जेक्ट है और किसी का पेरेंट्स चाहते हैं या स्टूडेंट्स चाहते हैं, राइट? सो हाउ यू एंड अप विद दिस डिसीजन? सो you took geology in your bachelor's. Let's start this podcast with your bachelor's, then we'll come to masters in Germany, because that I want to know, because I'm very curious to know, because this is very specific subject, right? That means maybe what my perception say that maybe आपके कोई फैमिली बैकग्राउंड में होगा, शायद वो आपको इंसिस्ट किया होगा. How you like get that interest? This is your interest, or that is like pressurized, some kind of family interest?
So I had biology in my 12th class, and
Mm-hmm.
in my school, I was not forced to have mathematics along with biology.
Okay.
I could completely have biology. So I finished my 12th with biology, and I was in mood to okay, let's prepare for MBBS or like CBSE PMT or AI PMT. That time it was neat. So I
Mm-hmm.
gave one attempt with 12th, didn't happen. And after that, I took 1 year drop. I prepared again for the NEET, and I was studying in Kota. There, I got to know about this Central University. So there was a Parliament Act passed in Parliament 2008, and the act was regarding having a central university, at least one central university in every state. शुरुआत में in India there were not many central universities. So 2008 Parliament Act के बाद they established a lot of central universities, and so different, I think, Central University of Odisha, Gujarat, Karnataka, Punjab, Haryana, Jammu, Kashmir, and Himachal. A lot of states got central universities,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a common entrance exam, Central University common entrance exam, and that was a very casual exam I got to know about while doing my preparation for MBBS in Kota. So I applied for that exam along with other exams, like there were some ICAR exams also, agriculture related. So because biology, agriculture, they come from the same basic eligibility, that if
Yes.
you're having biology, you're eligible for giving agriculture exam as well. And I had I gave the exam. I luckily got selected, but unfortunately, मैंने बाकी एग्जाम क्लियर ही नहीं कर पाए. So I
Mm-hmm.
had only one option uh, from CUCET, Central University's Common Entrance Test. There were two exams. So one was for biology section, and another was for natural sciences or physical sciences section. So
Okay.
biology section के same time पे I had another bit important exam which I preferred. ICAR का exam था, which was related to agriculture. So I didn't attempt biology focused exam in CUCT. I attempted physical sciences or natural sciences focused exam in CUCT, and I had only one option left with me in that year, nothing else. That was Central University of Karnataka, and there I had like three options. So one was integrated MSc in geology, applied geology, I would say, integrated MSc in geography, and it was then integrated MSc in physical sciences, physical sciences, physics, chemistry, and maths. I never had any background in maths, so there was no reason to take maths or physics or chemistry for that reason. Because if I take any of this natural physical sciences, I'll have to study maths as well. So that was already out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Geography, I already had in my mind. Yeah, this is MSc in geography, but how science they can teach us. Uh, Geology will be a bit more science thing. So out of no choice, I had to take geology. I was not in any mood to give any more attempt for MBBS because I was sure I gave two attempts, one with 12th, another after 12th, and there was a huge gap. So I feel that it's good to not do it anymore. Otherwise, I will take maybe 3-4 years to fill that gap of marks, and
Okay.
will be a bit too much, by the time I'll finish something else. So that's how I ended up with Central University of Karnataka and in integrated MSc Geology.
Okay.
No
So,
pressure, I had no
uh,
background, nothing.
okay, that times maybe okay. Suppose अभी हम सपोज आप उसी पोजीशन को चले जाइए, मतलब उस टाइम लाइन को, राइट? व्हेन
Mm-hmm.
यू डिसाइडेड टू टेक जियोलॉजी एज ए कैरियर. सो आपका भी मैं लाइक जियोलॉजी के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत बेसिक रिसर्च भी किए होंगे डेफिनेटली, कि क्या है क्या नहीं. सो व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड मींस क्लासेस, academical learning, so after that when you means right now, so how you can see your past, like is that a good decision or a bad decision? How you will rate your decision?
I have a mixed feeling. It is a good decision. I really enjoyed studying geology. That's why I continued for the master as well. So I already have a master in geology, and this is my second master, which I'm doing in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
which is still a bit focused in geology, but with more, groundwater and water chemistry and groundwater modeling, but in a different side. Geology is, I don't know, civil engineers could, feel with that, may feel the same for me, same as
Mm-hmm.
me. not many people want to take civil engineering, especially if they're preparing for engineering. Everybody wants to take, either core engineering, not with civil, but maybe mechanical or electrical, electronics, or most of the people prefer, computer sciences.
Yeah, yeah.
But once they start studying civil engineering, it is very interesting. It shows you different dimensions of of the subject itself. Geology is something which not many people know, and it encompasses a very multi-dimensional approach to the problems of the present situation, and it was interesting for me, and I learned how the subject followed on, after that, like there were other subjects. Geology is a big domain, and within geology you study stratigraphy, paleontology, and hydrogeology, and then remote sensing and satellite images, and GIS, also geographical information system. So it was nice in the beginning, and eventually I realized it's good as a subject. It's nice. So if you know something which not many people know, you may become like, okay,
Like
this guy is so,
means
smart or
you
something
have
like that.
be the like kind of you can differentiate yourself among crowd, right?
Exactly.
So
True, true, true. But the problem, I don't know about other countries, but in India, we don't have a very big market of jobs in in geology. So that
yeah,
was
that's true.
a bit, of course, you need a bloody job after, finishing your master
Maybe
or graduation or
we
something
can
like that.
say sorry to interrupt you. Maybe right
Mhm, no
now the
problem.
in the G20 summit there was so much
Mhm.
agreement maybe passed regarding the environment because geology it's more about environment things, right? Because it's art science and it may
A
be
bit.
more means you can there is one part environment part is like a part of the geology, right? You can
True, yeah.
say if there is some kind of project is happening for suppose CO2 emission or to save the environment or climate, then maybe geology needed there. There is some kind of post maybe.
True.
Actually, I don't know actually. Uh, mm, I can say because मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा जो आइडिया है मेरे दोस्त लोगों से तो मैं थोड़ा रिलेट कर पा रहा हूँ तो मे बी इट्स right or maybe it's wrong. You can correct me. Okay,
No,
talk to the next.
as
Yeah, yeah. Means
as I
you can
told
just yeah.
as I told you before, ki geology is a bit multi-dimensional or interdisciplinary field, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Environment or problems related to environment, of course, they are in relation with geology as well. But for
Mm-hmm.
example, atmospheric pollution or climate change or CO2 emission, anything which is related to such domain, climate domain.
Mm-hmm.
So environmental sciences is one domain which share the common interest with you. Physical sciences, if somebody is interested in atmospheric sciences, they're also sharing the common interest. The people who deal with environment come from the ecology side as well, biology side as well. So, I mean, you're not the only stakeholder in that domain. There you have a bit more competition, and those fields are a bit more popular compared to geology.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Actually, what
as we
exactly geologists do? What is the
Oh,
exact
geology
job
is
of
more
geologist?
related to exploration, mining, especially groundwater in construction, construction department as well. So if you're, for example, there's an image behind you that is a bridge. So before constructing a bridge, you're supposed to do a ground testing, soil testing, and then you understand how robust the basement of the region is, so that how much weight it can hold. So in construction, in bridge making, it comes with the in connection with civil engineering both. So you are supposed to have a geologist before doing any survey to make any civil engineering structure or something like
Okay,
that. Groundwater is
then
one of their part, and yeah, mining is the biggest portion. Petroleum geoscience, I mean the section of petroleum also. Such things are
okay,
bit
in
more
India right
prominent in
now.
geology.
Okay, in India right now, there are lots of projects is happening like a transport project, right? So
Mm-hmm.
because India is doing exponentially growth in the kind of road and transport right now,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a
Infrastructure
media
development
hype.
is a
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that means there are lots of maybe post for the geologist. Maybe there are because before like any kind of drilling or something else. Because now you see there is one news, um, one tunnel collapse, something kind of. You heard that,
Yeah. Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So that is like a part of the geologist because the geology needs to inform that if you want to do that tunnel, then मे भी आपको कुछ खतरा हो सकता है आगे में, जो मतलब कुछ वेरिफिकेशन होता है या जो कुछ
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
कि मतलब
टनलिंग
यहाँ पे
comes,
जो लोग
yeah, tunneling comes both in civil engineering and geosciences. Geotechnical and engineering geology section of geology, they strongly deal with such things, rock structure and rock failure. I think it comes in the civil engineering as well, and geology as well. Road construction, there are big prospects in such things, but honestly, those are okay. Most of the contracts um, companies are getting is L&T, and like there are very few companies which are getting the contracts in India. They already have established, a section of geologists or whatever the workforce they need in that section. So it's not like that they're recruiting a lot of people. Of course, there are many students who have background in geology and they are working in L&T or such construction companies. But I would say they are not recruiting on a mass level.
ओके ओके ओके
Tunnel came in the
ओके
news because it was a collapse, and there are a lot of infrastructure projects which are in the media or in the news because of the government, because it's a flagship project from the government, the present government. So they are very smart in marketing, and that's why the background of that whole marketing situation is getting marketed automatically. But it's not that geologists are getting a lot of jobs, probably a bit, but not much.
जैसे आपने जैसे कि आपका ऑलरेडी बैचलर्स एंड एमएससी बोथ यू हैव ऑलरेडी कंप्लीटेड इन इंडिया, राइट?
Yes,
सो आफ्टर दैट यू डिसाइडेड टू कम टू जर्मनी।
sure.
ओके, तो उसका जो पाथ है, मतलब व्हाई यू डिसाइडेड टू स्टडी इन जर्मनी, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। सेकंड क्वेश्चन, how you get to know and how you plan your like uh, your admission and everything. Suppose someone wants to study, that answer will help who is aspiring to study in Germany, and they also maybe because you are now here and you have 1 year experience. So because when also I was planning to study in Germany, I wanted this kind of podcast in my domain.
Mhm.
Because it means whether I have whatever decision I am taking right now or I will take it in future, whether it's correct or wrong. So before going to the sea, I need to know about that sea, right? Whether I will means the normal खाना बोले this is my cup of tea or not. ऐसा बहुत सारा
True.
दिमाग में क्वेश्चन। तो आई मे भी जो व्यूअर्स है उनको क्लियर होगा जो अभी जियोलॉजी इंडिया में कर रहे हैं, सपोज उनका कुछ हायर स्टडीज का प्लान है बेसिकली। जैसे मैं सुना भी हूँ, आप भी सुने होंगे, और रियलिटी भी कुछ टाइम पर एग्जिस्ट करता है कि जियोलॉजी में इंडिया में उतना करियर नहीं है जितना फॉरेन में है।
Yeah.
इट्स इट्स प्रोबेबली ट्रू। सो मे बी आगे हो सकता है इंडिया, लेकिन करेंट बेसिस में उतना जियोलॉजी को उतना करियर ऑप्शन नहीं मिलता है जितना फॉरेन
Mhm.
में मिलता है। तो इसलिए फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई यू डिसाइडेड टू स्टडी इन जर्मनी फर्स्ट?
Um, It's a very interesting thing. While studying geology, so every subject they have their own specific terminologies in the subject. So few structures in geology, few structures in the rock in the whole earth. So in geology, you study structures of the earth, structure of the rock, and everything. A lot of terminologies they are originated in German language, maybe from Austria, Switzerland, and Germany cumulatively. But a lot of terms, there are quite a lot of terms which are from German language. So I had in my mind that okay, probably Germans are a bit more smart in geology. Probably this is the domain which got a little no get maturity in this region. A lot of people studied from from German region the geology pioneers, and there are few scientists or I would not call them scientists, more of like geologist side. So like the father of geology is called James Hutton. So James Hutton, Harry Hess was the one who gave the theory of plate tectonics, and a lot of other people as well. They have this they come from the same region, Austria, Switzerland, or Germany. Certainly I'm not really sure about the birthplace, something like that, but they were speaking German, and they coined the terms in German. For example, in geology, there's a term called graben. Graben is something when like two plates move apart, and there is you know a gully or a channel
कॉर्क
type
शेप में।
something which forms. Yeah, when two plates move, so there's a channel forms. That is called graben. It's a German word, and in every city you will find some graben. in Germany. So that's a very German word. And then there's a I didn't remember the all words, but few I remember. So when we study the sediment and geomorphology, so in desert, there is a specific kind of rock which we find. So sometimes the rock surface is polished from one side, sometimes the rock surface is polished from two sides or from three sides. So if it is polished from one side, it's called eine Kante, two sides Zweikante, and three sides Dreikante. Ein, zwei, drei, it's like one, two, three in German. Kante
Yeah,
is surface. So
yeah.
polished surface, shiny surface.
Hmm.
So it shows the direction of wind from how many directions the desert or the region is getting wind from. So it's like, you interpret the situation, what could have been the situation if a stone is getting polished from three sides or two sides, something like that. But the interesting thing is the terminology was from German origin. So ein, zwei, and drei.
Okay.
And in my master, I took German language and culture as an elective subject in my university back in India. So then it was a bit easy for me to understand and have a little background of that particular terminology. So this is how I realized Germany is something which could have more prospects for geologists, if not as a job or something. I didn't imagine that I'll go to Germany and immediately I'll have a job or I'll have extravaganza lifestyle. But probably I wanted to have this environment where the subject was got mature, where the pioneer people have lived in the region and they studied. Probably Germans are a bit more smart in geology or such things. So that was my idea.
Okay. So then how you plan? Like, so जैसे कि you are only planning for Germany. Means there was no other country option, right? And because you
No.
are only planning for Germany. So when you are planning for Germany, maybe let me uh, give you 1 to 2 steps. It will be easy for you to clarify the answer, right? Maybe you have shortlisted some universities,
Yeah.
right? For application, can you just if you can put that name. So how
Yes,
you plan
I
the application and what are the procedures to get admitted? Because TU Darmstadt is one of the best universities among TU 9. Because if we're talking
yes,
about Germany, TU 9 is the best technical universities like our IIT in India. So we can compare
true,
like that, right? So
true.
TU Darmstadt is not like a kind of cup of tea for every students. There are
I
so
would
many
say,
students. There are so many students is applying now, and right now it's APS things. You have to
yeah.
apply for APS. And after that you have to wait. Then you can do application. There are lots of things. So suppose someone is right now trying to get admit in 24 September intake. What are the procedures? Students need to prepare for that, and what are the mistakes students need to avoid while filling the application?
So, in Germany, I think the people who are preparing for Germany, they already know they're like every university have their own style of application. So some universities they go with uni assist, uni assist or uni assist, whatever you say. Some universities they have own application system. They don't go with anybody else. Some universities have tuition fee, a lot of not, and some very few they ask for GRE, and a very few they ask for tuition, not tuition fee, sorry, application fee as well. I remember one university that's I think Bochum, Ruhr Bochum. That's the one university. I exactly forgot the whole name. That was asking for application fee. So whatever university you want to go in or you have bit your focus in, you're interested in, go check what is the requirement depending on the grades you need from a bachelor or master or whatever, based on the application fee if they have, tuition fee if they have, based on the English requirement if they have, based on a particular amount of credits they need in a particular subject. Some of them they need that, okay, you should study mathematics of at least this level, advanced level, or you should have at least such a number of credits in your in mathematics or any subject, which is like, so that you have basics already with you and come with, you will already sorry, you come with those basics. So First, you choose the universities and check which all the universities are fitting for your portfolio as per your profile. Or sometimes I have seen this thing a bit more. If you're getting, for example, TU Munich or TU Berlin or something like that, people think, okay, probably Munich is one among those biggest city in Germany. Would be maybe even if the course is not very much, aligning with your own personal likings or your own personal skills or proficiency, but still people try to go and name named universities, Berlin, Munich, or something like that. In Germany, at least you should not worry about Q9, at least. So Munich, Berlin are equally nice as other universities, maybe, Karlsruhe, Darmstadt, and Hamburg, TUHH, or Braunschweig, or other universities. Heidelberg is good as well. So I don't have to give the names of every good university or something like that. That's one mistake students do make while choosing the major. Yes, of course, if you are coming from not from the geology background, or coming from a bit of management or engineering, would be easier for you to get job in Munich and Berlin. In that case, it's totally okay. I would say this is how I interpret the situation. But if you're coming from physics, chemistry, biology, or natural sciences or something like that, it's better to go with a department which is doing good in the subject. So if you have a good department from geosciences, you should study in the good department, not just because there is another department in Munich and Munich is the bigger city. I'm not sure how easy for you to get a job, because eventually if you're working in geology or environmental domain, the job in industry, in environment, geology or climate or something, it is a bit more of a consultancy based industry. If there's a consultancy, environmental consultancy in Germany, they must be having German clients. They will need German. So you come after learning German, would be easier for you to get a job. Not like if you get a job in Munich, sorry, university in Munich, and you can get a job. Of course, you will have job opportunities in not in your field specifically. If you're from the environmental domain or geology domain, you will get other jobs, but not in your domain. And
Oh,
coming back to this application procedure, so
mhm.
look for the universities, look for your portfolio, what exactly is fitting for you, what exactly you want to do. Look for the curriculum. Please check curriculum. What are the subjects you will be learning? What is their main focus all along the subject? So in my subject, my department, my degree is tropical hydrogeology and environmental engineering. So you have two domains. You can go with the major as hydrogeology and go with the major as environmental engineering. And a lot of students from civil engineering background come because yeah, because they're eligible for that, and they end up studying geology, because my program is a bit focused on geology. Even though you have environmental engineering in the name, but you have to study geology for your to strong your basis. Yeah, to make your basics strong. This
Okay,
you
so
don't realize if you don't look for the curriculum, and you end up studying subject which you don't want to study.
ओके सो स्पेसिफिकली अब मतलब जैसे कि हम उसको थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे तो दो 2 to 3 स्टेप में हम लेंगे. तो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट द यूनिवर्सिटी अकॉर्डिंग टू योर प्रोफाइल.
True.
And you have to cross check with the university requirements whether your CV is matching to the university requirement or not. Otherwise, it will
Yeah.
be kind of waste of time and waste of money if there is application fee. So then you can plan accordingly. So most of the university maybe doesn't require German for the admission requirement because it's English not program basically, right?
Yeah.
Mm. That's why you can plan your application. Okay. अभी जैसे कि अभी हम completely आ जाएंगे ट्यू डम्पस्टार्ट के बारे में. Okay, because you are a student of TU Darmstadt. So if you want to review TU Darmstadt,
If I want to
give a review. So how you will
of TU
rate?
Darmstadt.
Yeah. So how you will rate TU Darmstadt specifically in geology in your domain, and if you have any experience, if you have any chat with your other students who are studying there, if you want to put their idea also, you can put that. Because if someone like yeah, when we're comparing some kind of because what is my experience said that जब हम जाते हैं ना सपोज ट्यू डम्पस्टार्ट इज वन ऑफ द ट्यू 9. ओके. लेकिन हमें
Yeah.
पता नहीं होता एक्चुअली जियोलॉजी में ट्यू डम्पस्टार्ट अच्छा है या नहीं है. We need to
Exactly.
know that actually, right? We are TU9 is good for like engineering, it's fine. बट हम लोग ट्यू 9 सुन के आ गए, हेडलाइन सुन के आ गए, लेकिन अंदर में क्या है? तो उसको अंदर का बंदा ही बोल सकता है। हम मतलब जो हमारा चीजें, मतलब मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स वही मिस्टेक करते हैं। वो कभी सही जाता है, कभी सही भी नहीं जाता है, राइट? तो इसलिए मैं हमेशा मैं यही रिकमेंड करता हूँ कि आप सब्जेक्ट रैंकिंग चेक मतलब चेक कीजिए। सपोज सब्जेक्ट रैंकिंग अवेलेबल नहीं है, फिर भी ट्राई टू गेट कनेक्ट विद द वन ऑफ द देयर एलुमनाई और हु इज स्टडिंग देयर। सो
Very
आपका अभी
important.
ट्यू डॉक्टर के बारे और जियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में क्या एक्सपीरियंस है, और क्या रिव्यू आप देना चाहेंगे जो स्टूडेंट्स आने वाले हैं उनके लिए?
TU Darmstadt, it's a very international university, and it's very older university. TU Darmstadt itself have had a very glamorous and very nice history, I would say. There are a lot of Nobel laureates studied from here, and one of my friend, his professor supervisor was a Nobel laureate. And Darmstadt itself as a city is a bit more. So the name of this Darmstadt city is Wissenschaftsstadt Darmstadt. That is Science City Darmstadt. I think Heidelberg is also called as Science City Heidelberg, and Darmstadt is also called as Science City Darmstadt. In Darmstadt, there were two elements discovered. There is a lab, GSI, GSE. So in German, they call it GSE. And in that lab, there were two elements which you find in periodic table. They were discovered. So one of them is 108 and one of them is 110. And one of them named as after Darmstadt, the name is of the element is Darmstadtium. And because it was discovered in Darmstadt, it was a very unstable element, and it didn't exist for a longer time, but it existed for a fraction of time. But they discovered it here. And another element they discovered and they named as the Hassium, because the name of the state is Hessen. So they named it based on the name of the state. So there are two elements. One is Darmstadtium, one is Hassium, both discovered in the same lab. So Darmstadt is having a very uh, good background, a very reputed image in case of research and science. Apart from that, Darmstadt, in ranking wise, is very good in computer sciences. I am not sure if I should compare Darmstadt, TU Darmstadt's computer sciences department with IITs. Probably IITs would be a bit more ahead of Darmstadt. Germany is not really good in computer sciences and these domains. So, but in German ranking, Darmstadt is one among those top three, I would say, maybe top, or maybe it's on the second or third or something like that. Very good position. And there is no comparison with IITs. IITs could be a bit more ahead of Darmstadt in computer sciences. And in mechanical engineering, in electrical engineering, mechatronics, electronics, this department is very strong in Darmstadt, TU Darmstadt, and they have had they are really old department. The building itself looks very old, and it is impressive. They are in a good position. They have good projects. I have a lot of friends. So majority of my friends, they are coming from aerospace, and aerospace mechanical department is managing the aerospace program of English. So and there are other English programs as well. So they're good in mechanical, electrical, electronics, mechatronics. The department is a bit focused on German language. If you want to do PhD, you should know about German. I don't know what it's their departmental thing, but they're very smart in such things. And TU Darmstadt have had a very glamorous past in mechanical and the concerned domain. So computer sciences is good here, and mechanical, mechatronics, and electrical electronics is good here. Apart from that, there are other English taught programs. Like there is a MSc in Material Sciences, I think. That is also English taught program. I'm not sure if it is a complete English or just like few subjects, or maybe you have to study a few subjects in German as well. Not sure. And there is my program, Tropical Hydrogeology and Environmental Engineering. There is another program which is Sustainable Urban Development. So these two departments, Sustainable Urban Development and my department, is a bit more. We have some common subjects. TU Darmstadt personally never had any very strong or glamorous past in this department, but the department is good. The ranking is good, especially in civil engineering, because the half of the department is own half of the degrees, the programs we are having are from civil engineering department. So environmental engineering is managed by civil engineering, the whole department. So because the department is good, there are good professors, they have good funding, there are a lot of projects. So before applying for university, you're supposed to look around regarding how many projects they have if you want to do in research. Okay. So I'm a bit more academia focused guy. So I am planning to do PhD. So for me, it was important to look how how many projects they have, what kind of project they are having, how much funding they are getting, and where they are getting the fundings from. So my department is mostly getting a lot of projects they have from Arabian Peninsula because they have problems with water and they have problem with water and we have scientists in water. So they gave a funding to the Department of Geosciences and we have researchers working in Saudi Arabia. So that made me realize probably TU Darmstadt is a bit more good in water research, specifically the hydrogeology part and aquifer part. I don't know other people, the people who are concerned with the department will know understand what I'm saying. Aquifer and groundwater management and managed aquifer recharge. These are the core competencies of my department. Apart from that, if you want to go in a bit environmental engineering section, so water treatment, drinking water, and wastewater treatment, this domain is a bit strong in the environmental engineering section. So this is
Oh,
how I mean, by researching on the website itself, you can get a subtle idea. Apart from that, you have to talk to the students who are already studying there. You should ask them based on your interest. If you want to do a job, so you should ask what is the job prospect, what is the job market in my field. You should ask this
yeah,
question
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
the alumni who are studying
We
already
will
there.
go to that point in the next
Sure.
question. But okay, in the simplify, in the direct questions, like, would you recommend students to study Darmstadt, TU Darmstadt in geology or not?
I would recommend yes. If you are coming for the hydrogeology, yes, and that's the only program we have in English, honestly. So hydrogeology and water and something like that. So this is the only program. Core geology, if you have study, you have to learn German. And overall,
Okay.
if you're coming to Germany, please learn German, bit more. I did this mistake that I didn't learn
Uh,
German
uh,
before.
but,
So, but that's
but
probably the
now maybe you are good in German because your accent is like mm, now you know German or not? Which level
I
you
can
are in?
understand, and but not I am a bit underconfident. I'm a bit underconfident in speaking. I have to cross the barrier, but I can understand quite a bit if I know the context,
Okay.
and I
And
can
which is
pick
the
up the
best?
conversation a little bit.
Okay, which one is the best university in Germany for geology in English language for masters?
I uh, honestly I didn't. I only know Darmstadt well. Apart from that, where I got the acceptance from, one is Tübingen. Tübingen is very good, and specifically in water chemistry, and in such domain, uh, Tübingen is sort of a hub. They have a lot of researchers that moved out from Tübingen. My half of the department is from Tübingen. So there is a university called University of Tübingen in Baden-Württemberg state, which is really good. I didn't go there. I had admission offer from there. I didn't go there because they had a fee of 1,500 euros a semester.
Now, could you elaborate on your current projects uh, which you are doing at Potsdam Center and TU Darmstadt, particularly focusing on the objectives and potential means you are doing some projects right now, right?
Yep.
At Helmut Center, right? So
Yep.
can you just elaborate a little bit? And what is the objectives and what is the uh, potential global impacts that project? Because
Sure.
maybe who are interested in geology, maybe they will more interested in project.
Totally. Yes, 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 yes. If you are into a bit more research or something like that, you definitely focus on projects. No. So, the student job which I have in Darmstadt, that is from my own department. So I am doing job in engineering geology department, and they have a project which is related to upliftment and subsidence. So upliftment is something which is like when the land gets uplifted, and subsidence is something when land gets when goes down, so subsides. So it happens because of many factors. It can be related to groundwater, it can be related to tectonics, it can be related to I think yes, groundwater and tectonics could be other reason as well, which I'm not getting in my mind now. So
Mm-hmm.
one is this project, which is mainly focusing on getting the data from the radar or LiDAR data and understanding uh, the difference between the elevation of the same place of two time. For example, first image was taken in 2010, and the now we have taken image like in 2023. So we'll see the difference in the image. So difference in the image comes with the it's a bit technical from the satellite imagery side. So when we make a difference, like we subtract the image, so there is a data in the background which is from the elevation. So the elevation data gets subtracted, and we'll understand how much subsidence or upliftment has happened in the region. And Hassan is facing the subsidence and upliftment both, probably because of a bit of tectonics in the region, and another reason is because of the groundwater extraction also, and because of the construction. So when you construct a building, you make a big lot of space around it, and then you remove the whole aquifer set, so that water has to go somewhere else. Like there is a particular amount of water already in the ground, and it has to go somewhere else, so it doesn't have that particular space anymore to stay in. So sometimes the because there is a clay in the region as well, so clay gets swelled. Clay is having a very specific style of behavior. When it gets a lot of water, it starts swelling. So that creates the upliftment. And sometimes if you withdraw a lot of water, abstract a lot of water from the ground, so the structure of rock, it doesn't have water in anymore now. If you have abstracted a lot, so it gets subsides. Another project which is from Potsdam, it is more about understanding the research of water on a global perspective. So water research can have influence from the agriculture industry, economy, energy, sustainability, and wastewater treatment industry, health and sanitation, and you name it and you have it. So coastal studies and salt water intrusion, there are a lot of factors, climatic factors, social factors, and economic factors, financial factors, law, policy, governance, a lot of factors, they affect water. Water is now a very political object. I am not able to hear you. Your mic is off.
Okay, okay, yes, you are right. It's kind of now it's a political campaign. If a party
True,
wants to
true.
win, maybe they can run that campaign because this is maybe this is future crisis. Maybe we can face the
Yes.
water crisis. Definitely.
Water is an important resource, and a lot of policies and governance and a lot of economic things, which run around water. So my task in this job, in the job in Helmholtz Center in Potsdam, my task is to understand the structure of water research in a global perspective, in aspect of these fields. Which factor is affecting, what is the uh, situation, like political situation, what could be the reason behind that a particular country is investing a lot of money in such and such research. So let me give a very small example. Netherlands is very smart in agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
especially water tech agriculture. So they are very smart in managing their water resources. They have a lot of canals, and they're very they're having a sufficient amount of economy which is coming from agriculture. Water and agriculture is having a very strong relationship, which always go together. So they're investing a lot of money in agriculture along with the water. And in Israel, they don't want to exploit all the water resources in Israel. So they want to use all the gray water. Gray water is something which is already used domestic water. So if you're bathing and the wastewater is called gray water. If you're washing the clothes, washing the utensils, it is like gray water. And the wastewater as well. So they are utilizing gray water, wastewater. They are managing their water in agriculture. Israel is very smart in agriculture as well, very smart. And they want to manage the water or purify the water or remediate the water in all aspects, even if it is a pharmaceutical aspect also. Because sometime, not sometime, the whole city is a lot of people are taking pharmaceutical drugs and something like that. So considering you maybe taken an antibiotic and you're using the bathroom as well, and that water goes to the treatment plant. It gets treated for the normal things, but if it is not getting treated for the pharmaceutical waste, it is coming back to the cycle for you to you, and again you will drink the water. So maybe you took the antibiotic, and now I also have to take antibiotic without knowing it, even if I don't want to take it.
Okay, got it. But
So it is
थोड़ा
creating a little bit intolerance in the body. So that is the thing they are doing. And this
ओके
is
ओके
my
थोड़ा
task to analyze.
हम्म हम्म, हम्म। थोड़ा सा आप मुझे एग्जांपल देंगे? अभी जैसे कि नॉर्मली इंडिया में, ओके, इंडिया में जब आप गाँव में हम जाते हैं तो हमें उतना वाटर क्राइसिस, मतलब मैंने तो देखा नहीं, तो हम लोग कभी सोच नहीं पाते हैं कि पानी टैप चल रहा होगा, पानी चल रहा होगा, तो ऐसा बहुत सारा चीजें हम देखते हैं, राइट? Italy maybe normally because I was Italy for 2 years. There is like
Mhm.
fountain water system is there, but I am not finding in Germany. But in Italy, you will find fountain water in like every place, like every square kind of things. Every center of the
Mhm.
place, you will find the fountain water. It is always on. Maybe there is some kind of channel that maybe they were going down and their filters. It's a kind of cycle. Maybe it's not
Mhm.
going to waste. Maybe kind of that.
Mhm.
But how a common man think that maybe in future we will face the water crisis and we need to be aware of that. How you can explain a common man? सपोज अभी कोई हमारा पॉडकास्ट कोई कॉमन मैन देख रहे हैं, कोई पेरेंट, सपोज इंडियन मेंटेलिटी के हिसाब से सोचिए,
Mhm.
प्रैक्टिकल कभी समझ नहीं पाते कि वाटर का भी कम है, तो हम तो इतना खोलेंगे पानी निकलेगा, दिक्कत क्या है? तो मतलब क्यों मतलब उसका पीछे क्या लॉजिक है? आपको क्या लगता है कि आप जियोलॉजी, आप उसको थोड़ा बेटर एकेडमिकली साइंटिफिकली एक्सप्लेन कर पाए, मतलब आप मेरा क्वेश्चन समझ पा रहे हैं?
मैं समझ गया क्वेश्चन सो मुझे in my opinion the people who are related to agriculture they understand the crisis of water very well so common man considering that a lot of people who are not related to agriculture or who have not faced who don't need water for the economy so a lot of people they do job and live in city they don't need to see the they don't need to face economic problems because of water so
ओके
they
ओके।
probably may not understand the seriousness of the situation. They can understand the seriousness by the fact that I don't know about other cities, but in my city in Gwalior,
हम्म
long back we had a river. Now that
हम्म
river is a nala, not a river anymore. And we had a dam which was having a very vast extent. It was most of the time full. We had never a situation like okay summers में there's no water in the dam and now it will be a shortage and अब पानी आएगा alternate day में. Now it is a situation. पहले ऐसा situation नहीं था. अभी situation
ओके।
ये है कि alternate day पानी आता है summers में तो आप
हम्म
आज पानी भरेंगे तो फिर एक दिन छोड़ के अगले दिन आएगा. तो आप
ओके
सोच
ओके।
रहे हैं कि पहले हमारे पास वाटर रिसोर्स कितना था अब
हम्म
थोड़ा कम है तो एक तो अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ वाटर फिर वो वाटर इज इट ड्रिंकेबल इज इट यूजेबल ऐसे तो बहुत सारा पानी उपलब्ध है क्या क्या कोई भी पानी थोड़ी पी सकते हैं
हम्म।
तो वी नीड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन सच बैकग्राउंड दैट वी टेक आउट वाटर प्योरीफाई इट recharge the groundwater and then may take as a groundwater or maybe we can release it in the river also whatever is the planning but that's not the concern apart from that we see the rainfall itself is not very structured so kai bar we have the rainy season but there is no rain
यस 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 यस।
and the weather extreme weathers are a bit more frequent landslides ho rahe hain but like that's not a weather situation but it is triggered by rainfall as well so if we have extreme rainfall somehow if we have a cloud burst in the mountains and lately I think we are facing a lot of such situations landslides because of rainfall landslides sorry cloud burst and floods these are extreme weathers which are getting
एंड
more in the
अकॉर्डिंग टू
news.
योर लाइक, आपके बात से मुझे एक चीज ट्रिगर हो रहा है, फार्मर के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है वाटर
हाँ
क्राइसिस।
बिल्कुल
क्योंकि वो उड़ीसा में बहुत सारा चीजें कि वो उनको ठीक टाइम में पानी नहीं मिलता है, कभी कभी
हम्म
ज्यादा पानी आ जाता है,
बिल्कुल
मतलब जाके मतलब फ्लड की तरह आ जाएगा, सब कुछ फसल गया। तो और कभी कभी बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा, तो ये जो हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, और व्हाट इज उसके पीछे तो बहुत बड़ा एक डिबेट है व्हाई इट्स हैपनिंग।
हम्म,
बट अब सब मतलब एक स्ट्रेट लाइन पे सपोज समझाना चाहेंगे, तो व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग एंड हाउ कैन वी, एंड व्हाट यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट, हाउ वी नीड टू प्रिपेयर फॉर
I'm
दैट,
not
मतलब
sure
उसका
if I
शॉर्ट
should
में।
use yeah sure I'm not sure if I should use a very strong word as global warming I would call it as a mismanagement of water resources let's get be a little bit more specific
That means you are saying if we will manage it well, then we can stop it, right?
yeah
So can you just highlight some basic points of what we are lacking in
जैसे
India?
In my region, I'll give you one example. So there is a a very big part of economy or mafiaism coming from my state, which is from the sand mining. Sand
Okay.
is just a localized resource which you find on the bank of rivers.
Yes, 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 yes.
In Bihar also there is a strong sand mining mafia,
In
and in
Odisha
Madhya
also.
Pradesh also. Huh?
In
In
Odisha
Odisha
also.
also, of course, yes, 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 Mahanadi, yes, 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 of course. What is sand? Sand is a aquifer which can hold water. You know, if you take out all the sand, what happens is you remove the aquifer, and the soil which is next to the riverbed, which
Mhm,
it has to come somehow, and fill that space, because river will do their work. River will come and have a bit flood and then go down again. So they'll label everything.
mhm,
What we did wrong while taking out the sand is we removed the aquifer. Now water have no space to stay in the ground. It has to flow somewhere else. So this is how we are getting more flood situation. You have removed this. I mean, considering I am throwing you out of the home, so there is no space for you. I'm filling something else, or maybe I have just demolished your house. It's
mhm, mhm.
something like that.
So means I have to find a new house. Then I will go to like मैं जाके फिर और दूसरे के हाउस में कब्जा करूंगा. It's kind of like that you are saying.
Could be,
मतलब
yes, yes, yes. Of course.
yes,
Water
मतलब
needs
अभी
a
जैसे.
place to stay in. एंड पहले हमारे यहाँ जो कुआं होता था वेल उसमें आई हैव सीन, आई एम नॉट रियली ओल्ड, आई एम जस्ट 26 नाउ, एंड प्रोबब्ली व्हेन आई वाज लाइक 6 or 7 or 8 years old, I could see water in the well, and I could just go in water in the well a bit few steps, and I can take out water from my bucket. So
हम्म, हम्म,
हमारे यहाँ मध्य प्रदेश में, आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट द अदर रीजन, बिकॉज मस्ट बी देयर मस्ट बी अ लॉट ऑफ वेल्स, सच वेल्स, जहाँ पे यू कैन गो इन द वॉल, इन द वेल, सीढ़ियाँ होती हैं, स्टेप्स होती हैं, तुम
हम्म,
उसमें कुएं में अंदर जा सकते हो। तो मैं
हम्म,
पानी ऐसे हाथ से ले सकता था, आई कुड टेक इट।
हम्म, हम्म,
बट इन पास्ट 20 years आई लाइक ओके, आई कैन नॉट डू दैट। देयर
मतलब
इज नो,
वाटर का लेवल बहुत डाउन
वाटर
हो गया
लेवल
है
हैज डिक्लाइंड सीवियरली, वेरी स्ट्रांगली।
बिकॉज ऑफ ओनली मिसमैनेजमेंट.
Of course, yes, mismanagement. I mean, and okay, let's
Okay,
not bring the global warming in the discussion, but
context.
that
Yeah,
will be
yeah, yeah.
too much of
Okay,
chaos. But
can
yes, I would call
you
it as a
add one?
mismanagement of water resource.
Because I am getting more interest to know that because it's our daily hub means we need it in
Mhm.
daily life because means 7% water in our body. Ah, sorry, I.
Yes, yes, and that water should be good. Otherwise the body is taking wrong water and it's not good. For example,
Yeah.
there is a very big problem of water pollution, that is nitrate pollution in all over the India. Whenever we are having agriculture, we use a lot of nitrogen based fertilizer, and that
Mm-hmm.
nitrogen based fertilizer, because of bacterial activities, transforms from nitrogen to nitrate, and then from nitrate to nitrite, I think, if I'm getting it correct. And that nitrate is utilized by the plant, but not all the nitrate is utilized by the plant. Some of them, a huge amount of nitrate is left in the soil, and when we irrigate the ground, or when there's a rainfall, that water goes in the groundwater. So now that nitrate with groundwater, with the rainfall or with the irrigated water going down the groundwater, and we are taking it back, and we are utilizing that same contaminated nitrate contaminated groundwater for the drinking and for the other purposes also. That is harmful.
That means it's completely. mm we can say if it's a failure of government, it's not about BJP or Congress. It's complete about it's a whole cycle, right? Everyone is making some mistakes or whatever. We will not go to that point. That will be a little bit political. But
Yes.
as a citizen, what we can do? Suppose as you know, because we are the अवेयर सिटीजन और जो अभी जो देख रहे हैं व्यूअर देख रहे हैं तो उनको आइडिया होता है तो आप मतलब क्या आइडिया देंगे कि हम ये कर सकते हैं. अभी गवर्नमेंट में क्या होगा वो तो हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, राइट. हम अभी ये स्टूडेंट पढ़ाई छोड़ के जाकर दूसरे पीछे भागेंगे नहीं कि हड़ताल करेंगे ये करेंगे करेंगे, वो होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए डिफरेंट, वो सबका इंडिविजुअल चॉइस है. जैसे लेकिन हम क्या कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ 6 पॉइंट्स को हम मतलब ध्यान में रख सकते हैं हमारे डेली एक्टिविटीज में जो थोड़ा हेल्प करेगा वाटर मैनेजमेंट को. इधर एनीथिंग लाइक दैट और इट्स आउट ऑफ आवर कंट्रोल.
In my opinion, if we personally at our personal level we are doing something, we can make a bit of difference, honestly, but we cannot make a very huge difference. कि you are meditating just for your own good, but
या
not
या
rest of the world is meditating, ना? So,
नो नो. बट
but
इफ if
If you are
it's okay,
meditating and you're,
then maybe
telling
somebody
everybody,
will.
meditation is very good, that
Yeah,
works nice as well. Yeah.
yeah.
But the effort for managing the water resource should be very cumulative on society based, efforts.
Mhm.
And we should include all the stakeholders which are related to water resources, be it a consumer or be it a, manager of the water resources, and then deal accordingly. For example, let's go back to again the agricultural background. If we want to get away with this nitrate pollution, we should shift our agriculture system or practices a bit more towards, organic farming. Nitrogen-based fertilizer, we should not DAP, urea, and other things. We should bit avoid. This has got prominent during the green revolution. So green revolution is nice for the economy and good for the lot of things, but slowly we should have shifted to a bit more uh, non-toxic agricultural practice. But for that, the productivity will decline severely if you're instantly stopped using fertilizer. So farmer will be like, okay, what the fuck is happening? I really don't want to get away with my main economic source, which is like the crop or the agriculture. There should be some subsidies involved with it, or training also. Organic farming is very I don't know. Okay, organic farming is something which is a bit tricky part. If you don't, agriculture itself is a bit tricky part. It looks easy, or if you know it, it doesn't even look easy. It's a very tough task. You should know what has to be done at what point of time. So there should be sufficient capacity building, training, and awareness regarding the issue. What is the problem and why it is important to get away with the such severe situation.
Means are you interested in, means are you like follow the political trends and everything? Are you
Yeah,
check
a bit,
the,
yes.
yeah, that means maybe you are
Much.
know lots of things. Do you have any comment about government, how government is working in India now? Yeah, in past. Do you have any comment
I,
on that?
I honestly don't know what exactly they are doing in agricultural section, but probably they are focusing. They have a Clean Ganga project and a Clean Yamuna project. And I
Mhm.
know Netherlands, the Dutch universities are having funding from Indian government for the Clean Ganga project. We have our Ministry of Earth Sciences and Ministry of Environment and Climate as well. So those ministries are also having projects, and other Indian institutes are also having project, and Dutch universities are involved quite a bit more in such projects. So water related, river related projects they are doing, but I'm not sure about this whole countrywide water resource management. For example, there is this interlinking of river project which was executed, I think, in Madhya Pradesh. I don't remember the name of the two rivers which were interlinked. So, so I mean, now there is a big idea about interlinking rivers from north to south. So in
Mhm.
south, you have only rain-fed rivers, but in the north you have all along whole year they will have water coming from the glaciers. So we
Mhm.
have more floods in the north compared to the south, and south have more dry days compared to the north.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
we somehow manage, okay, so this is how you understand the problems of the region, which region is having what sort of problems, what is here more water gets a bit problematic, there
Mhm.
a bit less water gets a bit problematic. So if you link the rivers from the north to south, that could be one solution, but that's not easy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah, because you are
Building a
creating
bloody
one.
infrastructure to link two
Yeah.
rivers from north to south, I
Yeah.
don't see how it will happen. But and the water quality from the north is a bit different, and the water quality from the south is different because the geology is different. The sources of the
Mhm.
river is different. So I'm not
Mhm.
sure how the local public's body will react when they drink the water from the north.
Yeah,
The
yeah, 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 yeah.
chemistry will be different. So, no, yeah, so whole body function will
Mhm.
be a bit different. Maybe my body is tolerant to some sort of pollutants all along the my life because I was consuming my that specific pollutant for the whole year, but for whole life. But they were not. We have to assess that part as well.
Yeah, and also I also like I also knew about the Ganga project because it was maybe from 2015 or 2019 maybe it is started
Mhm.
like, but
Yeah.
okay, it's for the viewers, okay. if we clean the Ganga, how it will create impact to a common citizen? What is the impact to society and the common
Okay.
citizen?
The
मतलब जैसे कि अभी,
common.
मतलब अभी जैसे कि बड़े बड़े भाषण में वहां पे भी एक पॉलिटिकल चल रहा था। अभी गंगा के प्रोजेक्ट हम क्लीन कर रहे हैं, गंगा हमारा, मतलब गंगा को हम आज गॉड मानते हैं, राइट? सो
Mhm.
वी विल टेक केयर ऑफ दैट, नाउ वी आर इन्वेस्टिंग सो मच मनी फॉर दैट। तो कॉमन मैन को, हमें तो पानी यहाँ पे पीने के लिए नहीं मिल रहा है, ये गंगा जाके क्यों क्लीन कर रहे हैं, ऐसा कुछ कुछ आदमी बोलते हैं, मतलब।
हम्म।
तो उनके लिए क्या आपको रहेगा, उसमें क्या वैल्यू है?
देखो, होता क्या है कि nobody, not everybody knows the whole structure of earth. Of course, I mean, I cannot, nobody can expect everybody to know everything, and
यस
that's
यस यस।
totally okay.
या।
So गंगा में पानी है। सो
हम्म
गंगा में पानी है, गंगा के नीचे भी जो एक्विफर है, द सैंड, होल सैंड इज
हम्म
हैविंग पानी एज वेल। एंड कंसिडर बनारस। सो आई लिव्ड इन बनारस फॉर 1 year. I know a
हम्म
little bit region, I mean the locality. If you are drilling a bore well in Banaras city, what do you think where the water will be coming from? Because Banaras city itself doesn't have much space to for water to get percolated in the ground. So most of the water which is getting most of the groundwater you're getting is getting percolated through the river.
ओके 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 ओके।
So I mean it's a big aquifer, Consider a sponge,
हम्म
and on the sponge there is a one river, and on over that sponge sheet as well there is a side में a city. So if you
हम्म।
put water in the river, the river will the sponge will take out the water, right? It will be
राइट राइट।
evenly distributed. That's how the earth works. That's how
ओके।
the aquifer works. The whole um, Gangetic plain, this is like silty and clay part. So it is having a nice capacity to hold water, and sand as well. The sand is like nicer kind of aquifer. So whatever the water Ganga is having, it's a bit evenly distributed in both the sides of the city. So I mean
हम्म
both the sides of the river. So the water
हम्म
you are taking from the ground is quite a big portion is coming from the same river.
हम्म
Now in Banaras, they may not be industries which are putting their effluent in the river,
हम्म
but there are a lot of cities. For example, Kanpur. Kanpur is a very strongly industrial place. Agra also, but Kanpur is a bit more industrial.
हम्म
British established a lot of industries specifically related to leather, a lot. Leather
हम्म
industry is very strong in Kanpur and Agra both. Tannery, that is called tannery. The leather industry is called tannery. In the treatment of tannery, they use a few chemicals, which is, um, I think, releasing cadmium or something. I forgot the name of the pollutant. They're releasing that pollutant, and that's just one pollutant which I know from the tannery. There are many industries which are putting pollutants in somehow in the river or in the ground. Maybe you treat them and you put in the ground, but that groundwater itself is in connection with the river water, and the groundwater itself is somebody else in Kanpur is also utilizing that thing. So if
हम्म।
we are not treating or the waste of the industry and releasing it in a safe manner, if we are like bit more, not so careful about that, we are eventually releasing a lot of pollutants in the river, and that same pollutant you are using it. So if Ganga is clean, the whole aquifer quality water is bit more clean, and then you will have a good health. So it is
ओके।
actually important to have a clean water in river, so that if you go and take snan in Ganga, you feel good.
That means we will not need any kind of filter. Filter industry will be go down. Means we will not depend
Pardon,
upon any kind of
filter
filter,
means the RO filter?
water filter, because in India there is
Ah,
a
okay.
huge industry, right, for water filter.
Mhm.
Now in Germany you can use tap water. In
Exactly.
Italy, right?
I use filter water for the calcium, the kalium.
Mhm.
So in this
But
region, there's a
normal
bit more
people
calcium in the
can
water, but
drink.
that's not harmful. That's not harmful. That's
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
tap water is not, but in India, generally, if you are
No.
drinking tap water, so people actually normally उसको क्या बोलते हैं, aqua, ना क्या वाटर नॉर्मल बहुत है
Aquafina?
जिसमें aqua फिनाटा कैसा कुछ एक अच्छा ब्रांड है, उस ब्रांड का नाम लेते नहीं लेते हैं, बहुत सारा ऐसा है फिल्टर है जो कि सबका घर में या ऑफिस में कहीं पे आप जाओगे तो
अच्छा,
हर
हाँ,
जगह।
okay, yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
So in India and everywhere you will get it. But but in the villaging area specifically, but they are maybe getting more quality water because of the government tube well, which is
Yeah.
that is so deep, 600 feet, something like that. You will not get that, but that is also you will get some kind of yellow layer there. Suppose if you are taking in bottle after 2 days,
Yes.
if you are keeping the water, you will get a layer. But it is not happening in Germany and Italy. If you are like putting a water in a bottle for some days, few days, you will not feel any kind of layer, as of my
Exactly. So the
experience.
quality of water in Europe is comparatively better. I have never been to Italy. I don't know about it, but you must be having a good idea about it. But Germany, they have a very strong rules and regulation about the quality of anything, specifically
Mhm.
related to food and pharmaceutical and drinking. So they don't have such a situation. They manage their water resources very well, very smartly. And India is completely far behind in such situations. We have to do
Yeah.
a lot.
Now maybe this generation can, because now I'm feeling very proud about proud. Actually, our generation are getting interested to discuss. Now whatever we
Mhm.
are discussing, when we will publish this video, because I was planning to discuss something else. Maybe
Okay.
I will do it in next podcast because it will be lengthy. Because I got
Uh-huh.
interest, because also we need to get to know these things. But when I will publish, at least few people will see. Okay, because I was planning to discuss about more about Germany, what are the study, what are the academics, blah 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 things. Maybe we'll discuss in next podcast. But this is also necessary topic to know,
Yeah.
how to manage the water and what are the things going on in India right now. There are lots of things people are engaging in, election campaign. Now election is coming. Now this need to be discussed, because we are not targeting any government or any political party. But if people will started discussing these things, then government will focus more. Right?
In my opinion, so okay, let me put it this way.
Mhm.
Government cannot do everything. So if you are having a problem, you should make a community-based, efforts to overcome the situation. It may involve a bit more officials or government officers or something like that. But I am sure, look, I cannot expect any government or any political party to have very, no, how should I say, hardworking कार्यकर्ता या member who works even in the block level, and the water problem is at the block level as well. It would be very stupid idea to expect that government should do everything, or we should force government to do everything.
No, no, it's
I
not about
preferably
force.
won't like to do it. What my opinion, what I would do is I would prefer to start, community based initiatives, or efforts. It
That
may
actually
include
what
some
I was
officials or
explaining. That
other
actually I was
stakeholders.
explaining. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when people started discussing. Suppose हर खट्टी हर चाय के शॉप में या टपरी में suppose ये discussion start हो जाएगा. Suppose when people discuss, they get to know actually what is the crisis we are going to face, or maybe we are facing right now, right? What I was saying is,
Mhm.
means government is doing okay, whatever they can do,
Uh-huh.
they are doing, central and state. But now when people get into that problem, means when people started punching like, okay, we have to do that, we have to do it, then what will happen, this that will be a common problem, right? So then government will pressurize their bureaucrats, and people also will try to cooperate. Now what is happening, suppose because we need from top of the funnel, and we need to pressure create the pressure from the lower part of the funnel, then we
Yes,
can
yes, yes.
create some balance. Now because what happens, suppose नॉर्मल थिंग्स, अभी जो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, हाँ होगा तो नहीं होगा क्या दिक्कत है, लेकिन अभी कोई बोलेगा नहीं होगा तो वहां पे पीपल आके बोलेगा कि ये नहीं होगा, मतलब होना चाहिए, राइट? बिकॉज
होना
वी आर
चाहिए,
द टैक्स
हाँ।
पेयर. So
हम्म।
when people will say these things, then government will be little bit more strict, and government will started some kind of laws.
True, true, true. Yeah, of course. I mean, any problem which arises as a problem, it comes from the not. I don't know if I should name it as a grassroots or something, but people, the local residents who are affected by the problem, they should speak about it or take
Yeah,
initiative about it. then the local
Yes.
authorities get into the picture, and they say, okay, probably we should do efforts a bit more and something like that. This is how it works. I'm sure I don't want to expect in life that all the problems should be um, relieved by the politicians. I really don't expect such things. I think if the politician is not affected by the problem, he will never bother about it. As far as we are not concerned, we cannot sit putting hands on our hand and only thinking, okay, but why government is not doing anything?
If you compare to your family problem, that is
Yeah.
bigger than this problem. So you can speak for once, right? But you cannot risk your whole career for that problem. That is one thing, right? You can like put a comment, or you can put a tweet, kind of these kind of things. But we need to create that. Like we can give one example. Maybe 1 year ago there was a soil campaign, yeah, initiated by Sadhguru. Did
Yeah,
you?
yes.
Yeah, right. It was a
Yes,
great
yes.
campaign because
Mm.
I in that time I realized that, oh, that is something happening right now. The
Yeah,
soil
yeah.
crisis, that is related to also water crisis. If we will not take care of the soil, then we will not take care of the water also. That's interlinked with each other, right?
Yeah.
So it was a huge campaign in the worldwide, and
Yeah, India,
also,
yes.
yeah. So this kind of campaign we need more.
True. Yeah,
Then
exactly. So the campaign becomes the awareness center. It's like focus
yeah,
point of
yeah,
awareness. So this is how people know about the situation or know about
yeah.
the problem. Sometimes we as a student of different domain, we don't realize what exactly the problem happening in the other domains.
Yes, 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 yes. Definitely, definitely. So it's good. Actually, I got lots of knowledge from you, and I got lots of
Yeah.
realization also. Same thing, because I need to also take care of this thing. Water, मतलब वो चीज दिख रहा था, लेकिन उसको हम इंटरप्रेट नहीं कर पाते एक्चुअली वो क्या है. We are seeing this, but we are not able to understand actually what really it's happening. मतलब ऐसे कि सपोज मैं गांव में बात करता हूँ घर में, बोलते हैं हाँ बारिश नहीं हुआ, नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, हमारे क्या दिक्कत है. हम थोड़ी फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं,
एग्जैक्टली,
राइट.
हाँ, फार्मर को प्रॉब्लम होता है।
तो हमें तो जाएंगे सब्जी ले आएंगे, दिक्कत क्या है. लेकिन
हम्म।
अभी से वो दूसरे प्रोस्पेक्टिव में सोचेंगे, तो it's happening, it is creating a problem to farmer, then it's creating problem to whole economy, then inflation is rising, then like price of the product is rising, then whole ecosystem is maybe one day it will collapse. Means one day it will be
Yeah.
like kind of nightmare, and we will struggle for. And one more thing, we are struggling for, there is one cyclone Phani. One cyclone happened because in Odisha every year there is cyclone every year, right? Maybe you know that.
यस।
एक फनी समथिंग काइंड ऑफ साइक्लोन था, भुवनेश्वर में आया था. ओके, तो इट इज ए वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉमेडी पार्ट. इफ यू लिसन दैट इट विल बी फनी पार्ट फॉर यू. तो क्या हुआ कि भुवनेश्वर में हिट किया, भुवनेश्वर के मतलब आसपास में हिट किया. तो भुवनेश्वर में सारा पेड़ वगैरह जो था सब कुछ गिर गया. ओके, एवरीथिंग. ओके, तो जो क्वारंटाइन है वो कम्प्लीटली चला गया फॉर काइंड ऑफ 2 days या मोर देन 5 days, यू कैन से.
हम्म।
तो भुवनेश्वर में तो हर घर में ट्यूबवेल नहीं है. गांव
हाँ,
में क्या होता है, आपके पास ट्यूबवेल है, इधर पॉन्ड है, पानी का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप नहा सकते
हाँ,
हो, आप टॉयलेट कर सकते हो, कहीं पे कुछ भी कर सकते हो. लेकिन भुवनेश्वर
हाँ।
में क्या है, आपका तो सब कुछ तो आप मतलब गवर्नमेंट
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी,
म्युनिसिपैलिटी वाटर के ऊपर आप डिपेंड
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी
हो,
से चल
राइट.
रहा है ना, मोटर
हाँ
चलाओगे
सब
तो
कुछ.
पानी आएगा।
हाँ, तो सबको ही गाँव चलने लगे, एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड वैकेट में. तो भुवनेश्वर पूरा सुनसान हो गया, क्योंकि पानी नहीं तो आप क्या करोगे. मतलब मैं जब
Yeah.
बाहर, मतलब मूवी में जो देखते हैं, रियल लाइफ में वही हुआ था. तब जा रहा था, मतलब सबको मिनरल वाटर बॉटल खरीद रहा है. तो मिनरल वाटर तो 10 रुपया से वो हो गया 40 रुपया
Shit.
इमिडिएटली. उसके बाद जनरेटर, लोग इमिडिएटली जो बिजनेस बंदे हैं वो इमिडिएटली जनरेटर खरीदना स्टार्ट कर दिया. क्योंकि जनरेटर लगा करके करंट लेकर के ये चीज, मतलब कुछ म्युनिसिपैलिटी के लोगों के साथ मिलके वो सब कुछ कर रहे थे. लेकिन वो तो सबका क्राइसिस दूर नहीं कर पाएगा. तो देन एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड गोइंग बैक टू विलेज, बिकॉज इन विलेज एक्चुअली, मैं क्योंकि मैं गांव से हूँ, तो मैं रेड करता हूँ, हमें किसी आर्टिफिशियल चीज के ऊपर हम जरूरत नहीं, हमारा मतलब इतना, हम जैसे कि डिपेंड नहीं
पूरी
होते हैं.
हाँ, पूर्ण रूप से निर्भरता नहीं है उसके ऊपर।
राइट, 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 राइट.
हम्म।
हम इजीली सरवाइव कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी होगा, मतलब नेचर के साथ हम जुड़े हैं, जैसे हम बोल सकते हैं. कुछ भी होगा ना, हम इजीली खाने के लिए, मतलब पानी मिल जाएगा, सब कुछ कुछ ना कुछ मिल जाएगा आपके आसपास में, जो कि टाउन में
हम्म।
वी आर completely डिपेंड. एंड इफ देयर इज एनी काइंड ऑफ climatic disaster happening, then it's fucked up
Yeah.
kind of things. बट गांव में ऐसा नहीं है, गांव में पानी का ड्रेनेज सिस्टम बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन भुवनेश्वर में टाउन में वो भी अच्छा नहीं है, यू कैन से लाइक
हाँ, नहीं, हालांकि कई गांव में नहीं भी है वो, खैर वो मुद्दा भी नहीं है यहाँ।
दैट।
इवन दैट सेम थिंग हैपेंड इन द कोविड आल्सो ना, कि आई मीन आई रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली इन द फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड वेव, मेरे गांव के कम से कम 10 या 15 किलोमीटर की रेडियस में एक सिंगल केस नहीं था।
राइट 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 राइट।
तो
क्योंकि इम्यूनिटी,
आई एम नॉट
इट इज
रोमांटिसाइजिंग
काइंड ऑफ
कोरोना,
इम्यूनिटी
कि भाई
यार।
कोरोना हमारे यहाँ तो था ही नहीं, बाकी जगह होगा हमें नहीं पता। पर
हम्म
क्योंकि जो लिविंग स्टाइल है गांव में, कि लोगों के घर
हम्म।
पास में है, पर इतने भी पास में नहीं जितने दिल्ली में है या किसी शहर में
डिस्टेंस
है ना।
बहुत ज्यादा है यार आपसे।
इतना डेंस पॉपुलेटेड नहीं है गांव, और लोग
हम्म।
सावधानी बरत रहे थे, लोग सावधान थे उस मामले में, तो लोग कम मिल रहे थे, बात कम कर रहे थे। फिर लोगों का बाहर से आना जाना कंपैरेटिवली कम ही था। अगर तुम्हारे गांव से कोई बाहर नहीं रहता है तो तुम्हारे गांव में कोई आएगा ही नहीं बाहर से। और जो लोग आ रहे थे गांव में भी, लोग मतलब उस बात को लेकर बहुत सचेत थे कि अरे ये बाहर से आया है, चलो ये अभी 10 दिन अंदर ही रहेगा क्वारंटीन में, उसके बाद ही आएगा, ऐसा वैसा। तो
गांव में
देयर
सब
वर
चीज
नॉट
को बहुत
मेनी
मानते हैं।
केसेस इन माय एरिया एटलीस्ट, एंड पीपल वर मूविंग फ्रॉम सिटी टू विलेज
या
एट राइट टाइम, नो ऐसा नहीं कि बाद में इन्फेक्ट हो गए फिर आ गए। तो आई वुड से villages are a bit more important.
श्योर।
And we have a very strong part of economy coming from agriculture, so we are sort of agrarian economy. We should focus more on agriculture, water, and this stuff bit more. So because it gives a lot in economy.
या ओके। सो कैन यू जस्ट एक्सप्लेन अबाउट what is the challenges to get a part-time job in Germany during your study? Because most of the students were coming to Germany. Most of the students were coming to Germany. They are planning to get a job because to manage their expenses
Mm-hmm.
regarding living expenses or to pay the tuition fee. Suppose who are choosing private universities.
Mm-hmm.
So because you can say your experience in Darmstadt, right? Because you are living there. Excuse me. Yeah. So what are the challenges and is it okay to get a job within 2 to 3 months? Yeah, it's depends how you will put it.
So I think probably this is the very the highlighted section in the whole German student's life, that coming here and getting a job, it's, I would say it depends. It is honestly very tricky to get a job, but it depends still based on the field. Students from computer sciences, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data sciences, informatic get job easily, comparatively easy. Not really easy, just apply and get a job. No, that doesn't work like that. So the people who have was looking for a job in the section of programming, there you don't need the German language as a proficiency. You can manage, you can start job as a student or even after your after finishing a master, just with the English, and later they will ask you, okay, please, you should be more, Germanized, or you should integrate it well in the society so that your other colleagues are feeling comfortable with you or talking to you, something like that. That comes secondary. But apart from that, most of the domains who don't deal with programming, for example, consider my domain. My domain, you need to have German if you want to work in industry. In environment, the industries are consultancy based. If you're a consultancy, or if you're working in a consultancy, your clients will be from Germany, most of them. So you have to talk to in German, you have to negotiate in German, you have to convey the message in German, you have to make the report in German. So if you don't know the language, it's a big no-no, or it will take time to get a job if you don't know German or just English. I'm not sure. I don't know any industry or companies which work in my field which are taking people just based on the English. Only if they're international, but there are Germans also who speak good English. So why would they hire somebody who only know English? That's
Yes.
a problem. So language is a bit problem for part-time job. If you want to work in your own field, for example, if you want to work in a jobs like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, or any restaurant, or if you want to work in Amazon or some industry, not industry, but some manufacturing factory or something like that. There
or
you don't
delivery.
teach German,
Yeah.
but there you just earn money exactly. You don't get any experience. You don't learn anything. You have two separate life. You work as a employee, or I would say I worked in Amazon. I didn't like the place. I didn't like the environment. It was not good for me. But it took me a little time to realize, okay, probably I should not look for the jobs in consultancy or something like that, because eventually I'll not go in the consultancy job. I want to do my PhD. So I will strongly going in the academia and research. So let's get in this, student jobs, HEV jobs.
Mhm.
I don't know how other students understand. HEV is like the student job, Vision Schaffen Hilfskraft. That is like science helper, or, help. I mean, student assistant, I would say. So I now moved to in that domain. So it depends what you want in your life, what sort of job you're looking for, what kind of skills do you have, what is market seeking from you. You judge and you understand. But getting a job is not easy in Germany, in most of the field except informatic, computer sciences, machine learning, and data science, and all those things.
Okay. And what is the like average salary you will get for because in student job specifically during your study you
Mhm.
will get paid hourly basis
Hourly
because
basis, yes.
you have a limited hour like 20 hours per week. So
Yeah.
what is the average? You can say how much can suppose if you are working in your domain, how much money will you get if you are working in different domains like Amazon or something. In Berlin, I know in Amazon kind of something there is minimum is 12 euro, but
Okay.
they are something they are giving 13.5. Sometimes if you are doing night shift, they will give in 14. Or in the restaurant, they are 12, 13. It's like that. But if you are doing in your field, maybe you will be paid like same 14 euro, something like that. I don't have any experience about information because I interviewed one data science student. He's
Mhm.
also getting kind of 14 euro per hour.
Okay.
He's also doing a student job. He's a
Okay.
data
Yeah.
science student. I mean, Miss his domain also he's doing it. So, what is your experience?
In case of salary, my experiences, you get a good, I wouldn't call it a good money. You have
Mhm,
to invest a lot of physical strength, and you have to
mhm,
strength a lot of mental strength as well, in
mhm,
Amazon, in such
mhm,
jobs. But they
mhm.
give you money. So I used to earn almost like 1,000 euro a month, average, almost like 1,000 euro a month in Amazon. And my per hour pay was like 13.34. Yeah, 13.34 euros an hour. And it depends on the region also. If you're from the Eastern Germany, you earn comparatively less than the Western Germany. The salary in Western Germany is bit more higher than the Eastern Germany, both in academia, in the other industries as well. Some department, for example, I already have a master. So if I'm doing a student job in my university, because I already have a master, I will get a bit higher pay. And now I'm not a student assistant, I'm a scientific assistant,
Okay,
because
okay,
I'm getting
okay.
higher pay and I already have a master.
How much
But
are
if
you
you are
getting?
I'm getting almost 14 point something something, which I really don't remember the amount, but
Yeah, it's
14
like
point
average
something.
14 to 15 between
Yeah.
per hour, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because one job I'm having in Darmstadt, and Darmstadt is in West Germany, so I'm getting 14 point something something, because I already have a master. Another job I have in Potsdam. Potsdam is in Eastern Germany. There I'm getting sorry, 12.5 something, 12.45 or 12.58 or something like that
But
per
you are
hour.
getting you are getting one more value that is in your domain. You are getting the experience. If you are
Exactly.
getting
So
this money in another like in the labor sector, because Amazon work, restaurant work, we can consider as a labor sector.
exactly.
Definitely, it's hard, but it's a reality. It's a true
It is
reality.
reality, yeah, yeah. And there is
Yeah.
nothing bad in working there as well, because I worked, I mean, everybody, a lot of, not everybody, a very strong population of Indian students work in Amazon or Pizza Hut or any other, pizzeria or restaurant sort of jobs. Look, you are here, you have to survive yourself. You have to manage
Yes.
expenses. So you have to work, you work. That's totally okay, no
Yeah.
problem. But you should
It's good.
constantly look for something which is more, helping you in your career, which will be good for you. Just don't बी इन योर कंफर्ट जोन। ओके, अब पता नहीं कैसे जॉब ढूंढेंगे, जॉब तो मिलनी ही नहीं है, क्योंकि हमको तो जर्मन आती ही नहीं है। इफ यू वॉन्ट लुक, डेफिनेटली नोबडी इज लाइक काइंड इनफ टू कम टू यू एंड ओके, आप मेरे यहाँ नौकरी कर लीजिए। ऐसा तो नहीं होता, डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट, नो वेयर।
Yeah, yeah.
तो यू शुड पुट अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एफर्ट,
Mhm.
बट देयर इज नथिंग बैड इन डूइंग एंड अदर जॉब्स आल्सो। It's totally
Okay,
okay. You
then
have to survive
I'll
and you should survive.
come to the next part. Okay,
Mhm,
so what is the career opportunity in German in your domain? If a student's planning to do masters in Germany, okay, because in these years we need to also think about our finances, like in our future finances, because everything is related to finance.
mhm.
Mm, So if you are completing your masters in 2 years, how much would you expect to get as a salary, average salary in Germany after completing the master? Because everybody who is coming German now, back in their mind, he or she had a has a plan how much I will get there. According to
Yeah.
their planning, it's everybody. It's completely real and it's true because maximum of the students ask me or we are discussing how much we will get because here is the as of my experience here is the minimum role is comparatively it's not much difference like India. Like suppose you are doing a full time working in a restaurant, you will get how much you will get, and you are getting if you are getting a job in your domain also you will not get that much of high. Suppose you are getting you are doing work in restaurant, you are getting 3,000 euro per month. Suppose
Mhm.
then maybe if you are doing you as a geologist, maybe you will get 3,500 or 4,000. It's a kind of 5,000. It's
Yeah.
kind of. Can you just elaborate this part? What is the career opportunity as a geologist in Germany after masters? Whether you will able to do in any industry sector or you have to do career in only PhD. What are the options open?
Again, it depends your personal interest, but
Mhm.
nothing comes easy as a job in Germany if you don't know the language. So I will give your answer. I'll answer your question in a way that I would consider that you know German already. When you finish your master, you're supposed to do language courses as well. And if you know the language, it would be easier for you to take up jobs later. In my field, it's a very different requirement which people are expected to have or fulfill. It is having a B class driving license. In civil engineering or geosciences or environmental agencies, you're supposed to have a driving license, B class German driving license, so that you can go to the site.
Mhm.
The German transport system or the connectivity is really good, but it doesn't take you to every part of the village, every part of the region. Sometimes you have a working site at somewhere which is like very remote, so you have to drive a car where you can put some instruments back in the back side of the car and you can take it, go there, do the sampling, take the samples, do the analysis, and bring it to the lab and do further analysis. So they want to hire somebody who already have driving skills and who already have a driving license. They don't want to hire a driver separately. Why they should? So
Right, 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 right.
if you know German and if you have a driving license, you have higher opportunities or higher possibilities to get a job. I know a guy who don't know German,
Mhm.
but he is having a German driving license, B class. And he finished his master in 4 year, but he managed to somehow get the driving license, and he is now having a job in WSP. WSP is a construction company. Uh, so if you have, I know, maybe you know German, they may, overlook your driving skills and they will ask you, okay, probably you don't do this driving wala work and you can manage something
Mhm.
else and meanwhile you can learn driving and you can take up such a responsibility. That's totally okay. Or if you have a driving license and you don't know German, you don't know, you're not really good in German, they can compromise with that as well. But you have to present yourself in a way that you are a valuable asset to the company,
Mhm.
that thing. And regarding the salary, I'm not really sure about how much money people get after immediate as a fresher job or as a entry level job. Probably around 3,500 or maybe 4 or 5, but not, I think not beyond 5. 5 is probably the limit for the freshers. 3, 4 or 5, something like that. And for PhD, it depends. If it is 100% PhD, 80% PhD, 60% PhD, 50% PhD, it depends on the working hour as well. I mean, the percentage of PhD you'll get to know. If you search, even I don't know there's no differentiation between 100% or 80% or 60% or 50%. You can search on the internet, but it depends. The amount of money you get is depends on the kind of PhD you have, how much percentage of hours you have to spend in, And it is also something around like, okay, 2000, 2500, or 3000, something like that. It doesn't go beyond that.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
there are opportunity, but you need to take care of the requirements. If you are
Yes,
fulfill
you
the
need to work
requirement,
upon it.
you
Yeah.
will simply
That's a
get.
big problem for Germany because the education is good. A lot of international students come, do study here, but because of language and such bureaucratic or such organizational problems, people don't stay here in Germany. They either go back to other European country, they either go to Australia, America, Canada, or other parts of the Europe, or some of them they go back to their own country as well if they find
Okay,
good opportunity.
that is a crucial question. Okay,
Mhm.
if there is that is a scenario, then where you can plan yourself apart. Suppose you have completed your study in Germany. Okay,
Yeah,
because of this thing, because you have the knowledge. But
yeah.
there is one issue is language barrier. So suppose it's for Indian students, so where you can start to think to start your career, like job career in India or in America, or like what is nearest possible things you need to look for if you are not planning for Germany. But means suppose like there are two things we can consider. Suppose if someone coming to Germany, that doesn't means that person, yeah, their students already set their mind that they will do job in Germany only, right? Because
Yeah.
maybe they have different priority. Maybe the
Okay.
students are coming for only education because geology, as you said, geology is originated from Germany, as you said, right? Their mother means parental things in Germany. So if
One among those pioneers, yes.
yeah, so
Yeah.
if you are learning from Germans from German university, you will get a different insight. You will get closer insight, right? Among different universities or Indian universities, we can say, right? But if you are gaining this knowledge, and you are coming back to a different country, maybe you're India or you want to plan in America or Australia, anything. What are the opportunity?
I'm not very familiar with the opportunity out of Germany, but I think in general, the German degree or German degree, yeah, I mean, sorry, your certificate. So if you have a master or bachelor or something from Germany, it's very valuable. It's a, a cliched standard that if you have studied from Germany, oh wow, I mean, like it's nice. So you are valued in your country, consider India. A lot of people, because of the language thing, they prefer to go to Canada as well. So Canada could be one possibility, UK could be one possibility, America could be one possibility, Australia could be one possibility. In Europe, there are other countries, for example, Netherlands, they are very internationalized countries. A lot of a very big population is very much comfortable in speaking English publicly, no problem. And they accept, as far as I know, other people may have, the people who are living in Netherlands may have different experience about racism or something like that. But
Mhm.
as far as I was in, in Netherlands, I stayed in Den Haag. I was traveling around Amsterdam and Rotterdam. So as far as I got the environment, people are really friendly. Regarding the language itself as well, so Netherlands could be one, and the Nordic countries, they are very much comfortable in English. So Nordics could be one thing, and Netherlands could be one thing, and rest English-speaking countries. And India is always possible if you have a degree from Germany, but a lot of students don't prefer to go back to India. I don't know what kind of shame they feel. But I mean, come on, if you're getting a lakh rupees in India as a beginner, or maybe a bit less than that, or a bit more than that, it's totally okay. I mean, you're just 26,
Why
20 or
people
27 from India.
don't go back to India? Because there are so many friends who are chatting with their, as you said, like as you were means it's kind of maybe perception or it's reality.
Perception. So, for example, if I have come here, so when I was in India this December, so I went to India this December 2023. A lot of relatives of mine or friends of mine, they ask me, अरे क्या हुआ, अब तुम वापस आ गए, खत्म कर लिया क्या तुमने पूरा पढ़ाई अपना? So you may
Exactly.
feel bad if you go back to India. You may feel bad. I'm not sure about everybody else, but I don't feel bad. You, because
But
working
if
in
you
India
are
is completely
going to
okay.
India, if you are achieving something here,
Yes.
then when coming like if you are returning India with a kind of stable situation,
Yeah.
then we can say I am here to giving back my society. That is the
Yeah.
fancy word the NRA are speaking now.
Yeah. Giving back to the society also, or if you have other responsibilities from a
Yeah,
family
yeah.
and you want to pay them, not pay them, but you want to take responsibilities from of your parents or something like that. So you should be strong enough to face those, nice, not so nice comments from your relatives or friends or anybody else in the society. कि अरे तुम वापस आ गए, क्या हुआ, तुम वहाँ नौकरी नहीं मिली. People can say anything. So
पीपल और यूजुअली कैन से भाई तेरा तो इंडिया से नहीं हुआ, तेरे मैं तो बोल रहा था कि तेरे से कहीं पे नहीं हो रहा,
हाँ
तू
हाँ
क्यों
हाँ,
गया?
क्यों गया तू वहाँ. एग्जैक्टली, है ना. And when they come, when students come out of India, they already have this thing in their mind कि अब तो बाहर निकल गए हैं, वापस कैसे जाएं, लोग क्या बोलेंगे, है ना. और हम बाहर तो आए थे नौकरी के लिए हैं.
देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ सोसाइटी प्रेशर, या आई
या
कैन
या
अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग। इसलिए तो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट ऐसे भी हैं वहां पे इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं पढ़ाई के बाद। इट्स अ गुड थिंग इफ वी विल टेक इट इन अ पॉजिटिव वे। इट्स काइंड ऑफ नेवर गिव अप एटीट्यूड we're
हाँ
developing here, right? Means and meanwhile you are able to understand, we can fit it in any situation, because as I consider study abroad, when people are planning, if someone is watching this now, so when you are planning for study abroad, don't think that study abroad is always green and cool mentality.
और नो
It's
नो.
a lots of hard work and it's lots of struggle. You will find struggle in every step of your kind of in your life in abroad.
या
Okay, there are lots of struggle, but people won't see that. Okay, so people only see in Instagram stories and Instagram reels, and they plan study abroad. But don't do that, because it's scenario. But it's great. But we can say it's a adventure package.
एग्जैक्टली, इट्स एक्सपीरियंस, इट्स अ
Yeah.
लेसन.
If you will not do that, you will not able to experience. And if somebody is coming from abroad, they have lots of skills. Unknowingly, they developed lots of skills. How to
ट्रू.
manage time, how to manage finance, right?
या
How to manage multiple jobs during your study,
या
right? So how to manage your physical health and mental health, because you are already maybe every students went for a depression for 1 day, 2 day, or 1 week. Every students.
यस यस यस.
There is a phase, winter phase in Germany. So maybe you
गोइंग ऑन.
already faced it, right? Maybe, yeah. So, and no one will come to you, discuss with you. No one will match your mentality. How, and everybody's stranger. It's lots of things. It's kind of struggle. So maybe you face also same thing. I always discuss when with my colleagues or with my students. I means with students who is presented in Berlin. We already discuss. Actually, when we are planning फॉरेन जाएंगे, क्योंकि मूवी
हाँ
में हम देखेंगे, देखे हैं ना लंदन वाला जो शाहरुख का और जो काजोल का जो स्टोरी है ट्रेन के साइड में, राइट? जो गाना चलता है ऐसा कुछ, हम तुम फॉरेन जाएंगे ऐसा तो, लेकिन रियलिटी कुछ अलग है।
Yeah, you asked this
ना,
question before. What is the common mistake students make? Apart from university selection and other things, a very common mistake students do make is this thing that they imagine
yes,
their own mind that okay, probably I will have a very glamorous life, a nice life because going to Germany, I'm going to America or something like that. Look, bro, you have to work or you have to work in all possible manner, even if you don't want to work. I don't know. There are a lot of dimensions of such statements or such matter कि you're coming out of a country, even when your parents or grandparents said okay मत जाओ, क्या कर लोगे वहां पे, यहाँ पे भी ऐसी क्या पढ़ाई है जो तुम वहीं कर लोगे, यहाँ नहीं कर पा रहे हो. उसके बाद तुम यहाँ आए सबको अपोज करके, अब तुम यहाँ आके सोच रहे हो यार ये तो ऐसा नहीं चल रहा जैसे मैं सोच रहा था. लाइफ तो उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, यहाँ तो पैसे नहीं है, अभी तो नौकरी नहीं मिल रही है, मुझे लग रहा था नौकरी मिल जाएगी, थोड़ा कठिनाई से मिलती है पर मिल तो जाती है, पर वो कठिनाई भी फेस कर लिया, अब तुम्हें अब क्यों नहीं मिल रही है. इट्स नॉट अ प्रोबेशन पीरियड पे नहीं हो तुम जीवन में कि अब तो
राइट
कठिनाई फेस
राइट।
कर ली मैंने, अब तो मैंने प्रोबेशन पीरियड क्लियर कर लिया, अब तो मेरे को नौकरी मिल जानी चाहिए, अब तो मैं परमानेंट हो जाना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं होता है. इट
And
विल
one
हैपन इफ
other
इट इज हैप्स टू
aspect
हैपन.
also, like you will also get to know how to get rid of rejection, because
ओह यस
rejection
यस.
is a part of study abroad life. In every step, you will get the rejection. You need to prepare for that, because in Indian mindset, if someone is denying, we feel like we take it like personal. Why is he denying? Why that guy is not picking my call? In every, bro, it's busy. Maybe they are busy in the normal manner, but we take as a offended. Maybe he's ignoring me, something else.
हाँ, अभी
Why I
बाहर
am
चला गया
not
तो
getting this? Why I'm not getting the okay, why everything is not happening according to my timeline.
Exactly.
So there are lots of things happening. So everyone is facing, but as you said earlier, we need to take care of these things before drafting the application. You need to
Yes.
be ready for that.
Yeah.
I
After
also see.
coming after
Mhm.
coming to Europe or anywhere else out of India, you will realize that rejection from a girl is not hard enough. Rejection
Yes,
from
yes.
multiple jobs can be fucking hard, very hard.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's true reality. It's true
So
reality.
you have to be more mentally prepared for such things, you know. That'd be
Yeah.
really heartbreaking. Job can be very, girlfriend situation when you
Yes,
expect a
yes,
lot from the job.
yes, yes, definitely. And one another aspect, I would means I would like to know your uh, mm, point, how you take it in abroad, study abroad life. If you are not working hard, they will throw you out. That
Yeah.
is the only things. Means you
Yeah.
can't survive. जैसे
No.
जुगाड़ करके सरवाइव करना थोड़ा मुश्किल भाई इंडिया में जो हो जाता है मतलब जुगाड़ करके थोड़ा मैनेज करके तो यहाँ पे जुगाड़ करके मैनेज करके यू हैव टू वर्क हार्ड आप
If
किसी
you
के कंधे पे पैर रख के ज्यादा दूर तक नहीं जा पाए जो इंडिया में चलता है
uh,
तो हाउ यू विल like put your point on this how you will comment
On this point,
what
I
is your
remember one interaction with a very senior guy. He's already working in Germany, I think living in Germany for almost like 25 years or something like that. So he's some sort of in a very senior position in one of the company. I don't remember the domain of his work, but he told me that a lot of Indian students who directly apply for the job in Germany, or
hmm.
even the students from here, they apply for the job in Germany when they know, okay, there's this Indian guy, probably I can approach him. So what exactly they do? They do a little bit fake things in the CV. हाँ, मैंने ये भी किया है, ये भी किया है, ये भी किया है। तुमने 2 साल काम किया है, 2 साल में तुमने 8 प्रोजेक्ट कर दिए, ऐसे कैसे हो गया? तुमको सब आता है, ऐसे कैसे हो गया भाई? होता
Okay.
क्या है कि दे थिंक कि हाँ, मतलब ये क्या पूछ लेंगे तो मैं सुपरफिशियली बता दूंगा। प्रॉब्लम पूछने का नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम ये है कि व्हेन यू स्टार्ट ए जॉब, nobody will be there to help you in your technical problems because you are the one who are hired for the same thing. Other person don't even know about that, or they may not invest your time, their time in you to correct your situation
Okay.
or correct your problems. So हमारे यहाँ भी पीपल डू फेक अ लॉट इन द सीवी कि हाँ ये भी लिख देंगे, ये भी लिख देंगे, क्योंकि मेरा दोस्त काम कर रहा था तो मैंने उसको थोड़ा हेल्प किया था, प्रॉब्लम मैं तो जानता ही हूँ ये काम को, मैंने इस प्रोजेक्ट में काम किया थोड़ा तो मैं जानता हूँ, मैं दे दूंगा जवाब, मैं लिख देता हूँ इसको। तो फेक करते हैं सीवी को, और ये सब चीज़ें हमारे यहाँ बहुत हो जाती हैं। तो इन सब
Okay.
से
Okay.
काफी
तो
मतलब
यहाँ पे
मेरा
चलना
सुना है यहाँ
थोड़ा
पे।
मुश्किल होगा
हाँ। तो इस तरीके से सरवाइव करना, मैनेज कर लेंगे, देख लेंगे, है ना, चल जाएगा, नहीं होता है। यू हैव टू बी
means
वेरी
you need
पंक्चुअल
need to
टाइम।
be perfect in that line.
Exactly. So you should start a job if it is starting from sub, you're supposed to be there at 6. And if you're
Mhm.
supposed to leave at 5, you're supposed to leave at 5, not 4 or not 5, 4:45 or not 4:50, nothing. You go
Hmm.
on time, you come on time, you get your all complete salary. Will
In
be
that way you
tough
can say,
if you
"Ha, yeah,
consider it
it's
as
okay."
okay, chala lenge type.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Yeah.
I got your point. Okay. Hmm. So the last question will be because it's challenging for everybody and it's a part of the process and it
Mhm.
need to be highlighted for new students who are planning for study abroad, not for German. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you effectively balance your academic schedule, research responsibility, and your leadership role at you are also part of the you are the president of DEGIS, right?
Yes, yes. I am having responsibility for almost from March 2023.
Yeah, so how you manage these things? There are 3 to 4 things. First, your research,
Uh,
because you have a goal and you want to achieve something, and you are very curious, right? And your academic part, maybe academic part and research is core linked, but there is different domain, right?
yeah.
And your job, and as a president, and you have to how you balance work-life balance, personal life balance. If you have girlfriend, also she need time.
Yeah.
So how?
So the thing is, it was different for me in both the jobs when I was in working in Amazon and when I was working now in the student job. In Amazon, I was aware about my working schedule that I will have to work on Monday, Tuesday, and then any other day. so I can
Mm-hmm.
choose. And my schedule for the whole semester would be almost like something like that. So, no, Monday, Tuesday, and then some other day. So I chose Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday so that I have like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to completely invest my time in my university, and like Monday, Tuesday, I can work on Amazon. So I was registering for the courses as per my job in Amazon and as per the time I am left with apart from Amazon. But now, when I am working as a student, I choose the subject which I want to study, and then in the middle time, so maybe it's just one lecture in one day. Maybe Monday ko I don't have any lecture, and Tuesday ko I have one lecture in the morning, and rest of the day is free. And Wednesday I have like only two lectures in the evening, and whole morning and afternoon I am completely free. So in that free time, I sit in library and I do my job. So my both the jobs are, because one is in the Potsdam. I don't have to go to Potsdam. I've never been to Potsdam. So it is an online job. I do everything online. My supervisor assess my job. I just send her link and we just present. I mean, I just make the presentation and everything is done. No problem. And the second job in my department itself, in the TU Darmstadt, I don't have to be there in the department all the time. Or rather, I was in the department last time, I think 2 or 3 months ago, to sign my papers, and that's it. I am that as well working on my laptop, totally okay. So it is convenient for me because I have an online job, a remote job. I can work from home, or work in anywhere else I want. I was in India and I was working from India as well. And that's
Mm-hmm.
totally, I mean, it depends on the kind of job you have. But if you have a student job which has to be, which requires you to be present in the university campus, then you will have to, schedule your things around when the lab will be open or when the particular machine will be available where I can work or something like that. For example, I have had a project from TU Hamburg, and I was working on the soil analysis of some samples from the uh, Oberpfalz. Oberpfalz is a region in Bayern, in Bavaria. The Upper Palatinate, they call it Upper Palatinate in English. So I had to message the lab lady that when is the machine free, when is the instrument free, so that I can work. And then she'll give me the time slot. And in that time slot, I'll see when exactly I'm free and then I go that time. So in that case, it will be a bit tricky to manage your time. But honestly, once you're here and you, after a struggle 4 or 5 months, you get a student job, you don't want to lose that job. And you will, I'm sure you will work and you will somehow manage your time. You will do it. If you
It is
don't do it,
difficult, but
you
it's
will
not
be away
impossible.
from the
Yeah,
job. You won't have job anymore from the next semester.
yeah, yeah. Got it. Okay. I hope probably we covered every question what I planned.
Mhm.
But there is some questions left. But I think this question would be answered when you will get the job.
Sure.
Like like after a career, that will be more clarity. We can put that podcast on the basis of how you plan to get a job. What are the things you need to know, and what are salary, what are the job role actually. Also, you explained lots of things about job role. And do you have any message in the end of this podcast you
I
want to
was
say?
thinking that we have covered almost everything: job, life, depressions a little bit as well, and how to start in Germany. Almost everything. I have realized one more thing here in Germany, specifically in my domain.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you're coming to Germany, or if you're getting acceptance letter from Germany? Students think, even I thought, okay, probably I'm smart and I think I know a lot of things. That's why they have selected me.
Okay.
Trust me, that may not be the case, because they are devoid, they are not having many people to work here. So sometimes they need labor. Okay, IT engineer, being an IT engineer could also be a labor, being a hydrogeologist or any random job guy. It's one or other way you are working for a country which needs your skills, or which needs your presence here in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You may not be very smart, you may not be completely ready in your own mind to tackle all the problems here in Germany. Don't feel that you are smart enough, that's why they've selected you. You may, or most probably you will have problems. Definitely you will have problems. You have to deal with those problems, deal with those mental issues, every kind of. So you won't have time to eat, you won't have time to cook, you won't have time to spend with yourself. Sometimes you won't have time to a little bit cry also, because next day morning you have to go to the shift.
That means you are saying like, as you can, if we will put it in a different way, like you got the click in the right place in the right time.
Yes,
That's why
exactly.
you are here.
You're here. Huh? Don't make yourself as an extraordinary guy. Okay, don't feel special about you.
Means
If you
you
wouldn't
if
be
you
here,
got
there
the,
won't be any much difference, no?
but there is some excitement. It's to when we got the visa.
Yeah,
You know,
of course. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
it's so much excitement. We think हम तो बहुत कुछ किए हैं इसलिए वीजा मिला है, because
Huh.
why we think that, because there are so many rejections also.
Yes, of course. Yes.
That's why it's quite heavy task, because it's a long dream, like kind of, because study abroad, it's not, you can compare, like if you will go back to your 1 year past,
Yeah.
it's not your dream, it's a family dream, it's a
Yeah.
relative dreams, and now you have got the acceptance, everyone know. If you
Yeah.
got the rejection, then it will, ये society pressure नहीं हुआ, कुछ लोग
Huh.
ताना मारेंगे, कुछ लोग मोटिवेट करेंगे.
Exactly.
इट्स काइंड ऑफ, इट्स काइंड ऑफ शोइंग योर स्टेटस
Totally.
फॉर
हाँ, हाँ,
मैक्सिमम
ये
स्टूडेंट्स.
ये एक स्टेटस का काम हो जाता है. मतलब ओवरऑल माय ओपिनियन इज कि you should not expect a lot from you just because you got visa or just because you got one acceptance from a university or maybe like three four acceptance
या
from
या दैट
universities in
करेक्ट.
Germany. It's okay to be confused at times. It's okay to be not perfect every time. It's okay, take time,
एंड
be prepared, थोड़ा सा settle हो जाओ, things will get okay.
and
थोड़ी
get
प्रॉब्लम की
ready
आदत पड़
to
जाएगी पर
get ready to start roller coaster life, like kind of that,
yes, yes, yes.
because suppose मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ पे जैसे होता है ना, जब सपोज हम कोई, मतलब हम थोड़ा डिफरेंट वे में, बड़े मछली को पकड़ने के लिए छोटे मछली को हम सहारा बनाते, राइट. सपोज यहाँ पे तुम, ये जो वीजा मिला है ना, इसको मतलब आज ये भगवान के लड्डू मत समझना, इसको
हाँ,
समझ कि ये मिला है, तो वहां पे जाके मतलब ऐसा बहुत खतरा आने वाला है, यू कांट इवन इमेजिन. सो बी
हाँ,
रेडी
हाँ,
फॉर दैट एंड स्टार्ट टू ट्राई टू, जितना एंजॉय हो गया फ्लाइट में हो गया, तो जब यहाँ पे लैंड करो इमीडिएटली स्टार्ट, बिकॉज मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट दे आर डूइंग मिस्टेक इन देयर फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर. दे मींस they never focus to their academic.
मोस्ट ऑफ देम दे आर मोर इनटू जॉब्स. ओके, यहाँ आएंगे, पैसा कमा लेंगे, अगर पैसा रहेगा तो हम जॉब कर तो हम पढ़ पाएंगे. अगर पैसा ही नहीं रहेगा तो कैसे जॉब करेंगे? भाई अगर तुम
राइट.
जॉब ही करते रहोगे तो पढ़ोगे क्या?
तो एकेडमिक थोड़ा फोकस करना ही, और
हाँ,
कुछ लोग हैं जो घूमने घूमने में भी ये चले जाते हैं. ट्रैवलिंग ब्लॉग, एक अभी फैशन एरा चल रहा है कि यूरोप में है तो
हाँ,
ट्रैवलिंग ब्लॉग करते हैं. मैंने ऐसा किया था. आई
हाँ,
डोंट नो अबाउट अदर्स. मैंने
हाँ.
बहुत घूमा. मैंने बाद में रियलाइज हुआ, मैं घूमते घूमते ऐसा ना हो जाए कि फिर इंडिया चला जाऊँ घूमते घूमते, फिर और ना आ पाऊँ.
एक
तो
एक एक प्रॉब्लम और आई वांट टू रियली bring it to the focus कि इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी कम्युनिटी सेंटर्ड. अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स वांट टू स्टे इन देयर ओन कम्युनिटी. अभी मान लो चार ओडिया आ गए तो चार ओडिया में रहेंगे. चार नॉर्थ इंडियन आ गए तो भाई तू दिल्ली का है, तू हरियाणा का है, ठीक है, हम हमारे अपन
ग्रुपिज्म
बढ़िया
बहुत
लोग हैं.
होता है.
बहुत.
ग्रुपिज्म.
दिस इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. पीपल वांट टू स्टे देयर ओन सर्कल. हार्डली दे विल गेट अवे. इज लाइक चलो मैं मध्य प्रदेश का हूँ, मेरी मित्रता कर्नाटक के लड़के से हो गई, मैं अपने सर्कल से बाहर आ गया. ऐसा नहीं
हम्म.
होता है. You're supposed to get out of your circle. Don't be community. मतलब आई मीन
कम्युनिटी सेंट्रिक.
अपने कम्युनिटी में मत रहो, बाहर जाओ. और भी बहुत तरह के लोग होते हैं, और भी बच्चे होशियार होते हैं, उनसे भी कुछ सीखो, उनसे भी मित्रता करो. वो तुम्हारी हो सकता है ज्यादा हेल्प कर देंगे. हो सकता है तुम्हारे खुद के मित्र जिन्हें तुम मित्र मानते हो वो तुम्हारी हेल्प नहीं करें, पर बाकी के लोग हेल्प कर देंगे. मुझे मेरी दोनों
टोटली.
स्टूडेंट जॉब्स अभी जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, दोनों स्टूडेंट जॉब मुझे मेरे जर्मन मित्रों के रेफरेंस से मिली हैं.
राइट
आई
राइट, यहाँ
वुड
पे
आई
कम्युनिटी एक्सप्लोर करना.
it is very important कि in Germany you still get or a lot of jobs you get from reference. Make friends, specifically Germans. Be selfish, no problem in making friends, not in a personal relationship with Germans. Make friends, talk to them, have a good relationship with them, and I don't know, establish a good relationship. They will help you out. They will help you out a lot because they are local. They know a lot of things. They know people. They know the whole bloody wedge. They have been studying with them for almost like from bachelor. You are just a new student. You are here in Germany for almost one year. They are living in the city for almost 9 years. They have finished the bachelor from here. They have finished. Now they are almost going in the master or maybe doing PhD or something like that. You should make local friends, make utilize of them, get connections, get jobs. It is a bit bit say how bypass type style है, पर you have to.
And in the last,
Don't be in your own society, don't be
in
in
the
your own circle.
in the last, I would like to add a cherry in the web of the cake. Get a German lady if it's possible. I'm just
German
kidding.
lady, German man, German boy, German girl, doesn't matter. You have to get out of a circle. Just be more, like, I don't know, explore a little bit. Not even as a girlfriend or boyfriend, be friends at least before. In India, the kind of education system or the social structure we have, female interaction of male or male interaction of the female is not much. So we
ये तो
have to
क्राइम हो
cross
गया
that
फिर.
barrier. If somebody is talking to you, doesn't mean you are very good looking and somebody is interested in you. They are just
Yeah,
curious because you're a new guy or new
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
It's
That's
okay.
yeah. It's a good point. So thank you, Mohit. So now we will wrap up, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. जय हिंद.
नमस्कार भाई ना और
जय जगन्नाथ.
जय जगन्नाथ.